Hello everybody, my name is Kidlot and I'm back giving you guys a hardcore 2DM on the map Nuketown. I'm going to be doing some pistol only gameplay with the Python. I'm doing some Python sniping, and I recommend you guys do this if you're bored with the game. It's just another thing that you can do if you haven't done already, to do some pistol sniping, because it is a challenge. A lot of people that you're going to be facing are going to be using automatic weapons, and it is harder obviously because you're only going to be using the pistol, but it is really rewarding in the end if you kill them, and it is really fun. So I recommend you try that. And over this gameplay, I'm going to be doing the question and answer series. In the last video, you guys asked a bunch of questions that you wanted to know about me. So in this video, I'm going to answer them. And the format is really simple. I'm just going to pick a question and put it on the screen for you guys to see. I'm just going to answer the question, and I'm going to repeat over and over until the video runs out, okay? So the first one, we're going to start right now with the first question. The first question is asked by Alex Wee, and she asks, what inspired you to make YouTube videos for the Wii? And I'm going to start by saying that I've been playing games for a long time, ever since I was a little kid, but up until now I haven't been really doing anything public, so now I feel that I want to give back to the Wii community by making videos that help, the average gamer, because I feel over the time of playing games, I'm really experienced with them right now, and so I can make good judgments and good videos to give the good information that you guys want in terms of guides, tutorials, strategies, things like that. So definitely not right now, obviously, because it's Black Ops, so I'm just doing entertainment videos, but for games in the future, for sure Zelda, I'm going to be covering that like crazy, doing all sorts of guides and things that you want to see, and also Modern Warfare 3, obviously that's going to be coming out in November. So that's basically it. I want to give back to the Wii community. That's what this channel mainly is for, and that's why I started making YouTube videos for you guys. Alright, moving on, we have what was your first console, asked by AsianMe102, and the first console I've ever owned was the Nintendo 64, and the first game I've ever owned was Super Mario 64, and I absolutely love that game. That is my favorite game of all time, and the reason for that was because it was my first game, and I just felt so free. There's so much, the worlds were so big, and there's so many things to do and explore and find all the stars and things like that, and my favorite thing to do is just to get the wing cap and just fly everywhere, and it was just a big amount of freedom that you felt from just flying and just finding everything in the game, and that was a really good experience for me for games, and that's why I've stuck with Nintendo ever since that time, until the Wii. I've never owned any other console except Nintendo consoles, and why I am a Nintendo fan, and so that was my first console and that was my first game, and I had a really good time with it back then. Alright, the next question is asked by Chessluck Industries, and he asks, which FPS have you enjoyed the most on the Wii? And I actually haven't played a lot of FPSs. I've only played 4 FPSs. I can just name them all. The Conduit to Modern Warfare Reflex, and Black Ops, and that's it. And among those, I like 2 of them. The 2 of them that stick out the most. One of them is the first Conduit, because that was the first FPS that I've ever played. And so that was the first time I got used to FPSs, just walking around, learning the fundamentals, learning how to aim with the Wii remote, which is really cool, because that was different. I used to play FPSs back then with friends on, when I go over to their houses. They had like Halo set up, and I used the sticks and stuff like that. It was kind of hard, but for the Wii, I have to admit, it was more intuitive than that, and so I kind of stuck with the Conduit, and that was my first time too playing GBs and stuff, and I made a lot of good friends when playing the Conduit, so that game is always going to be in my heart. And also Modern Warfare Reflex, obviously a lot of you guys like this, and you always preach how good it is and stuff, and it is really good. This was my first military shooter, and I absolutely love the campaign. The campaign was really excellent, and also, I love that movie feel, that movie cinema feel when you play the game. That's what I enjoy most about Modern Warfare Reflex, and I also like the multiplayer too. The multiplayer was really engaging with all the different things. I love like the customization, the amount of customization that was in the game, like attachments and perks and different things you can choose. That was the thing I liked the most about Modern Warfare Reflex, and what got me into playing Modern Warfare Reflex. So those are the 2 games that are most memorable for me on the Wii. Tanub Gamer asks me, what other games do you enjoy playing on the Wii other than Call of Duty, and why? And I'm going to just say I like to play the first-party games of Nintendo, the big 3, like Super Mario, Metroid, and Zelda, and a bunch of other things too. I like Pikmin. A bunch of, Nintendo games. I like the first-party games a lot, and the reason for that is because, obviously, I've been playing those games ever since my childhood, but the big reason is because they're just pure, unadulterated fun. Nowadays, you see, like, a bunch of gory games and, like, first-person shooters, and they can really desensitize some people and really take them away from what games were in the beginning, and that's what I like about Mario and Zelda and Metroid. I mean, really, you can have fun by just jumping around and frolicking. You can have fun by being an adventurer, finding out new things in the game. You can have fun by doing all sorts of things that don't have to really, take a lot of heart out of you and desensitize you a little bit, like first-person shooters. And that's why I just like those games a lot. They're fun and relaxing that, you can play solo, alone, and just have a good time with the game. It's just the relationship between you and the game that is really strong, and I like that a lot about those games. They're just pure, unadulterated fun. The next question is asked by My Legit Skills, and he asked me, what is your destiny and are you a religious person? Well, I am a religious person. I'm a Catholic and I go to church every Sunday. And for my destiny, I think everybody's destiny is just to do their best. Everybody has a skill or asset that they can contribute to the world. For example, maybe somebody is really funny, so they can contribute to the entertainment industry. Maybe someone is really smart, so they can become an academic or become a professional like a lawyer or a doctor or something like that. And maybe somebody is really compassionate and knows people well, how to treat people, so maybe they can be, a counselor or a mentor or something like that. So everybody has their own destiny, and they should really try hard and to, try to foster their skills and try to contribute them to the world. And for me, I'm probably an academic because I go to school, I go to college, so I'll probably be contributing to academics in some sort of way. I'm not really sure for now, but that is my destiny, just to get a college education and just to have good hopes for the future. The next question is asked both by LegoBoy58 and CodWeePlayer21, and they both asked me, what do you want to see in Modern Warfare 3 for the Wii? And I just saw a lot of COD XP stuff, and right now I'm really excited and frightened at the same time because I'm really excited that there's a bunch of stuff that they added. It seems like they just turned the game on its head. They added strike packages, different perks, different proficiencies, a bunch of stuff, like a bunch of new stuff that's really exciting. But I'm kind of frightened too because I'm afraid that somebody's just going to find one exploit or one really cheap thing in the game that people complain about. In Black Ops, people complain about a bunch of stuff, but in Modern Warfare 3, there's a big chance that something really outrageous, a set of perks, a set of strike packages, a set of proficiencies, or something that people are just going to complain about. So I'm really afraid of that. COD, Call of Duty is always a good game, but it just sucks when there's just one exploit, one annoying thing that somebody finds that can just ruin the game for everybody. So I'm just hoping that doesn't happen for Modern Warfare 3. To be honest, though, I think it's kind of unlikely, especially with all the new random stuff. I'm not going to go into depth with it, but there's a bunch of stuff that I really think is not going to be good for the Wii and just for Call of Duty in general. As for the Wii side of things, I just hope the developers can put in everything that is possible on the Wii. Obviously not big kill streaks like the AC-130 or kill cams or anything like that, but I hope survival mode makes it in, everything in survival mode, and also everything in multiplayer, obviously, that can be put in, and also in single player. I just hope that they can give a comparable game for the Wii, like the Xbox 360 and PS3 and PC versions of the game. The next question is asked by 33333, and he asked me, do you prefer the CCP over the Wii Remote or the opposite? And for me, I prefer the Wii Remote because it's like the PC. It's more fast, responsive. You can turn around a lot quicker and get more precision from the Wii Remote, and that's obviously the advantage of the Wii Remote over the CCP. But I use the CCP for sniping because the Wii controls for sniping are absolutely terrible. For the Conduit 2, they're actually really good, but not for Black Ops. They actually messed up big time with Black Ops. But, I use CCP for that. And also, if I want to sit down or lie down, I'm not really kind of paying attention that much to the TV. I'm not really into the game. It's easier for me to just sit down or, just kind of slouch with the CCP rather than having to sit up straight with the Wii Remote. That's also the advantage of the CCP. But I like using the Wii Remote the most because, again, this is the Wii. That is the unique thing that you can have almost PC-like gameplay on the Wii. And so that's why I favor the Wii Remote. And the final question is asked by I'm a Sasquatch Jr., and he asks me, what is your favorite movie, video game, and beverage? I don't really watch movies that often. I rather play a video game because I actually can control what happens in a video game than a movie. But recently, I haven't been watching a lot of movies, to be honest. So I always just say a classic movie like Forrest Gump. A lot of people like Forrest Gump, including myself. Video game, obviously, it's going to be Super Mario 64 because I said that already. And for beverage, I like Coca-Cola a lot. That's a really good drink for me, especially I like the sweetness and like the shock that when you drink it. So in the hot summers, I have a bunch of Coca-Cola stored in my house, and I just put some ice in a glass, open the can, and just drink down. It's a really good feeling, and I like Coca-Cola a lot. And that's it for this first episode of the question and answer series. If you guys want to ask more questions, you obviously can below down in the comments. Ask whatever you want. Remember, just be adult-like and don't ask stupid questions. I probably won't answer them at all. Other than that, this episode is done. See you later, guys. I am out.